Thanks for watching. If you're on our blog, don't forget to click the top bar where there's a link so you can download the ebook of the month. And if you're watching us on YouTube, click the description. There's a link there as well. Enjoy! Hi everybody, and welcome to the big idea of the week. We're still here, social media month of course, and I brought my Twitter pillow along because today we have the pleasure of speaking with Joe Manna. He is a senior content strategist at Infusionsoft, and of course Twitter, well, he's an expert on this. You just reached 36,000 plus tweets, correct?
Yes, I tend to tweet a lot.
Wow, well first of all, thanks for being here and being a part of our social media month of course experts tease. And we want to talk to you about Twitter. So how did you get started on Twitter? Tell me a little bit of the background on that.
Yeah, so in 2006, about my friends and I were, we heard about Twitter. It was a hot startup. It was talked about on TechCrunch, and
yeah,
it was a hot, fun startup to kind of use and explore. And what Twitter was solving for back then was a way to keep in touch with friends, the same way that you use text messaging.
Okay.
So I basically discovered Twitter, and started out using an account, and we started following each other, and this is before the whole Ashton Kutcher and all the celebrities got on. I like to think of myself as kind of old school.
Pre-Ashton Kutcher. Because we want to focus on small business owners, I want to ask you, what makes Twitter attractive to those people that are entrepreneurs or small businesses out there, and how can they use it to their benefit?
Right. So the concept of Twitter is basically sharing short updates that are meaningful, and basically in doing so at 140 characters at a time.
Right.
And the benefit of doing that is because it forces you to be concise.
Okay.
It forces you to be clear in what you're trying to say.
Perfect. So as a small business entrepreneur or person that's out there trying to promote, it gives you just enough to tell the message and share it with people.
Right. And the basis of Twitter before, when Twitter started out early on, there wasn't replies, there wasn't hashtags, there wasn't all the use of links. It was conversational, and that's kind of the roots of Twitter's conversation. Whereas now it's a lot of links, a lot of hashtags, a lot of major promotions are taking place. So basically for a small business owner, you really want to get in the habit of really finding the conversation and really generating that conversation with people.
Okay, and how it relates to your business so that other people out there can find you and go to your business and tweet about you and things like that.
Absolutely. Not only do you have to be there, but you have to actually be present and be active.
Absolutely. So speaking of being active, how do I know if I want to do a personal Twitter account or a business Twitter account, or is there a difference at all?
That's a very good question. Yeah. So basically with myself, I'm at Joe Manna, but I've also managed the at Infusionsoft account, and we collaborate on the Big Ideas blog Twitter account. And it's a very good question. It's basically all about positioning. How do you want yourself to be perceived to others? You don't want to just have your business's name and only tweet from that. Right. I believe it's very important to develop a personal brand, a personal presence for your Twitter account.
That's very important.
And the benefit in doing that is that you're able to sort of share your ideas in a way that makes sense. You could still be conversational from your business account, but people generally attract to other people versus logos and corporations. Ah,
that's a good point. So you can have a logo on there, but maybe you want to upload more pictures and make it an actual thing so people don't think of you as a robot on Twitter.
Exactly. One thing that we do, at least on the Infusionsoft account, is we tag tweets. And what I mean by tagging is we put a little caret sign, and we put the initial, the initials of the person.
Okay.
So we call that tagging, and the benefit of doing that is that there's transparency and there's awareness. So the person on the other end of the Twitter account knows who they're talking to.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So how do you do this with little time, like many entrepreneurs and small business owners have?
Yes, I hear that a lot. So a lot of small businesses, maybe even you, you actually have a very finite amount of time that you can dedicate towards social media. And then even at that, a smaller amount of time you can dedicate on Twitter.
Right.
So here's my recommendations, The first thing you want to do is you're only following people that you care about.
Okay.
Follow the brands, follow the people, your coworkers, your family, people that you actually care about. The benefit in doing that is that you'll get more value out of Twitter when you only follow people that provide value to you. And especially when you're vested in actually what other people are saying, you'll actually be more vested in replying and inducing that conversation to occur.
So building relationships through people that maybe support what you're doing, and then you can support them and then create that relationship, that conversation. And then all of a sudden more people will follow you, and then hopefully that grows your brand as well.
And it's not just Monday through Friday, it's 24/7. The conversation's happening right now. And if you're not in it, then someone else is. So what you want to do as a business, if you're short on time, give yourself some time. Maybe an hour a day, maybe even a half hour a day. I think you can get a lot of value in just tweeting for a half hour a day, but do that consistently and give yourself the time to interact. And you'll find relevant content, and eventually all links will lead you back to Facebook.
There
right?
you go.
But eventually, you can be able to find relevant stuff that you'll learn about and that you can implement in your business and share and be able to reply to people with.
That's great. And I know we could go on forever because there are little things that you can learn from Joe and from everybody who's used Twitter 36,000 plus tweets at a time. So feel free to tweet at Joe Manna, and then also at the Big Ideas blog, and we'll continue the conversation. If you have any ideas, go to our blog, bigideasblog.infusionsoft.com, and ask, and of course that can get you more engaged on social media. So we want to thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Yeah, and remember to be
it.
active on Twitter.
Yes.
I'll maybe even let you borrow my pillow. Okay. We'll see you next week. Bye.